The newly released film Blonde has left the entire world stuck to their screens. After all, who wouldn't want to find out more about the life of one of the most beautiful women in the world? With her charm, elegance, and aura, she had millions watching her every move. The role of portraying her character was given to Ana de Armas, and she went to Monroe's grave to ask permission. Let's find out more, starting with the permission. Blonde star Ana de Armas claims that she and the cast and crew visited Marilyn Monroe's tomb to get the actress's blessing for the film. Another magazine spoke with de Armas, who explained the crew's unique method of communicating with Monroe throughout production. According to de Armas, to seek permission from the star to tell this version of her tale, they signed a card and left it on her tomb. She said that they got this huge card and everyone on the crew wrote a message to her. Then they went to the cemetery and put it on her grave. They were asking for permission in a way. Everyone felt a huge responsibility, and they were very aware of the side of the story they were going to tell, the story of Norma Jean, the person behind this character, Marilyn Monroe. Who was she, really? Moving on, here's what we know about Ana's sentiments. The statements made by de Armas demonstrate how far the cast and crew were ready to go to honor Monroe with Blonde. A visit to Monroe's grave may seem like a simple gesture. Still, given that the film was a dramatized account of her life, de Armas and the team might have approached the subject differently. Though parts of the events in Blonde are fictional, both the film and the book aim to speak to a broader emotional reality, providing viewers and readers with insight into the real Marilyn behind the mask that can't be found in history. According to what de Armas has said, the reality of Monroe remained a motivating force throughout the telling of their tale. Therefore, paying respects at her grave was the right thing to do. Up next, there were a lot of mixed reactions. While her sentiments were thought of to be strange by many, some may find de Armas' method of getting to know Monroe odd, but she clearly took her role as an actress seriously in bringing Monroe back to life. Given the abundance of Monroe-related media, de Armas uses the film's intentionality as a selling point to differentiate Blonde from the competition. Early reviews of the film have praised de Armas' performance, thus her strategy clearly worked. The critical reception of Blonde has been excellent, and the streaming service Netflix just premiered the film on September 28. There has been a lot of material on the Hollywood superstar Marilyn Monroe before this Netflix video, including the 2012 biopic My Week with Marilyn, the 2001 documentary Marilyn Monroe: The Final Days, and the 1991 television film Norma Jean and Marilyn. Some of these works have been more biographical than others, while others have fictionalized certain events in the icon's life. The latter is taken by the upcoming Blonde film starring de Armas as Monroe, inspired by the Joyce Carol Oates book of the same name, published in 2000, rather than Monroe's actual life. Not to mention, she had some more encounters with Marilyn too. According to Ana de Armas, who portrays Marilyn Monroe in the forthcoming Netflix film Blonde, she was able to channel Monroe's soul on set. The film Blonde is an adaptation of the novel by Joyce Carol Oates, which tells a fictitious account of Monroe's life. At a press conference for Knives Out, de Armas said that she had sensed Monroe's spirit while filming. She was happy, but she would also throw things off the wall at times and get mad when she didn't like something, de Armas said, as reported by Lad Bible. Being in the same places that she was, filming in the very same house, it just felt there was a very strong sensation. There was something in the air. She continued, "I think she was approving of what we were doing. Maybe this sounds very mystical, but I think it's true. We all felt it." Let's talk about how Ana received her fair share of drama. When the trailer for the film was first released, critics attacked de Armas for her Monroe accent. However, producer Brad Pitt and Monroe's estate came to the actress's defense. While de Armas' performance has been praised, she earned a 14-minute standing ovation at the Venice Film Festival, the film's overall portrayal of Monroe and its aesthetic have been criticized. Critics have been harsh on No Time to Die's Ana de Armas because of her portrayal of Marilyn Monroe in the forthcoming Netflix biopic Blonde, but Bullet Train's Brad Pitt has stepped in to defend her. Pitt, who is a producer on the picture via his firm Plan B, lauded de Armas in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, adding that she is the driving force behind the project. She is phenomenal in it. That's a tough dress to fill, he said. It was 10 years in the making. It wasn't until we found Ana that we could get it across the finish line. Moving on to other news. First up, Ana says she knows her nude scenes will be viral. Ana de Armas, like Marilyn Monroe, is well aware that she has no say over what the United States does with her body. Andrew Dominik's Blonde is an NC-17 depiction of the late bombshell starring de Armas. De Armas exposes herself emotionally and physically for the film, going topless for lengthy stretches and even stripping down to her underwear at one point. "I did things in this movie I would have never done for anybody else, ever," de Armas said to Variety. For both of them, I did it for her and Andrew. While de Armas has stated that she's confused by the NC-17 rating for the Netflix film that has been available on the streaming service as of September 28, she admitted that she can predict which sequences will go go viral because of her nudity, as she did in her 2015 feature Knock Knock opposite Keanu Reeves. "I know it's going to go viral, and it's disgusting," de Armas explained. "It's upsetting just to think about it. I can't control it. You can't control what they do and how they take things out of context." De Armas told L'Officiel that the nudity in Blonde is much more subtle than in earlier films. She said that she could tell us many shows or movies that are way more explicit with a lot more sexual content than Blonde. She also said that to tell this story, it is important to show all these moments in Marilyn's life that made her end up the way that she did. It needed to be explained. Everyone in the cast knew they had to go to uncomfortable places. She wasn't the only one. Let's talk about Anna's transformation for the movie. Ana de Armas had an emotional roller coaster when she saw herself in full costume as Marilyn Monroe for the new Netflix film Blonde. It took de Armas 3 hours every morning of the 9-week production to change into Monroe. This included wearing a stocking cap and having prosthetics bonded beneath her custom-made platinum blonde wigs to cover her real hairline. She also shaved and lightened her eyebrows. She had blue contacts put in to hide her hazel eyes and false eyelashes applied in a way that mimicked Monroe's signature look to make her eyes seem larger and more almond-shaped. Each and every aspect was meticulously examined. There was even a mention of the mole on Monroe's lower left cheek. Kerwin and her colleagues did extensive research to replicate Monroe-inspired looks for de Armas, and they found that Monroe often used petroleum jelly as part of her makeup process, particularly for photo sessions. Before filming began, de Armas even spent almost a year researching Monroe's signature breathy voice. To achieve the character's distinctive accent, she consulted a dialect coach and read extensively about the cultural figure in question. Finally, some deets on another Anna movie. It's been claimed that production on the John Wick spin-off movie Ballerina, starring Ana de Armas, would begin in the autumn of this year. According to Variety, this autumn, Armas will begin filming Ballerina, a John Wick spin-off directed by Underworld's Len Wiseman and written by John Wick Parabellum's Shay Hatton. Chad Stahelski, the man in charge of making all the John Wick movies, is also producing this side project. Ana de Armas expressed excitement about her next role in Ballerina, but also expressed desire to diversify her filmography beyond the few action movies she's been in over the last few years. The enormous Russo brothers projects are included in the group. Armas's performances as fierce bombshell spies can be seen in both The Gray Man and No Time to Die, the James Bond film. That's a wrap for this video. So what did you think of Blonde? Have you seen it yet? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.